This is Maya May reporting live from the country of Mattel, where President Trump is set to meet with President Barbie to discuss the potential release of Ken, who is being held without due process in CCOT. According to Ice Barbie, Ken has tattoos that are indicative of his membership in MS-13.
What if we stop saying Trump? What if instead of Trump did this, Trump did that? What if it becomes just the GOP, the Republican Party, and we put it all on them, right? Because he's nowhere without them. And they have to support him. They supported him, especially, during the insurrection when they had the chance to get rid of him and they chose not to. They have thrown all their weight behind him. So what if we make everything that he does about the party itself? So that people just view it as the GOP and the Republican Party. It's not one person versus another. It's not an MTG. It's not, some maniac, like Boebert or somebody like that. It's just about the party itself. So whenever he does dumbass shit, we say the GOP today did this. The Republican Party did this. And then you make them have to defend it. You make all of the Republicans, especially the ones in swing districts, go, no way, I'm not for this. Like, they have to go out against him, which he won't like. On top of the fact that if you stop saying his name and just say the Republican Party, he's going to hate that, right? But you're calling out the party itself, because they support him. So why don't we just do GOP did this? Republican Party did this, so that everybody is looking at that in the right frame and aware that that is the system that is supporting him. And so when it comes down to elections, you vote against them. It's not just one person. He's not up for re-election. You vote against anybody in that party who's a part of that system, or you make them fight it publicly to save their own asses. Am I wrong? Like, make it about the Republican Party and the GOP to fuck that up. And stop talking about Trump and start talking about all of them, because that's what it is. Let's give it a shot.
Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking when you saw this video. So guys, we are going to be checking about this video, which I was able to gather for you guys from my FYP. So watch them and let me know what to think about them in the comment section.
So the announcement came out today. The announcement we've all been waiting for was going to be one of the biggest announcements in American history, is what we were told. And it turned out it was a trade deal with our 8th largest trading partner. And of course, trade deals with any country are good. But to say biggest deal ever, like, come on, let's be real. But the real question I have, because everyone is saying, see, tariffs work, these are the same people that were saying the tariffs were going to eliminate our income tax and bring manufacturing back to the United States. So, of course, I have questions. How does making a car built in the UK cheaper in the United States bring manufacturing back to the United States or eliminate income tax? And what cars do we buy from the UK? A Bentley, Lotus, McLaren, Rolls-Royce. Are you seeing a pattern? But hey, you guys got the Mini. If you want a Mini, yeah. So your Rolls-Royce will be a little bit cheaper. Awesome. And we can sell cars to the UK, but with the UK's strict emission requirements, that leaves out most auto manufacturers. They would probably only be able to sell EVs over there, and guess what? They can already do that. Yeah. And, this isn't a terrible deal or nothing, but what's being delivered from these deals is nothing that we were told we were trying to get. You know what I mean? There's no additional manufacturing. There's no additional jobs. There's certainly no elimination of income taxes in this deal. And if this deal is the foundation for all future deals, there won't be any of that in future deals either. What I'm saying is this government and this administration is not that much unlike previous governments and administrations. They way overpromise and underdeliver. We see it with this UK deal. We saw it with the overtime bill, the no taxes on overtime that came out today. You're still going to pay taxes on overtime. They're just going to give you a tax deduction at the end of the year, if you qualify. Good luck with that part. And in the big picture, I think this all goes back to what we all expect and want from our government, from our leaders, and that is some transparency and some honesty. And like I said, it's not that this is a bad deal. It's not a bad deal. It's just, this isn't what we were told. This isn't what we were promised. This isn't what we, crashed the economy for. Well, the economy hasn't crashed yet, but they say it's going to. That's yet to be decided. I just feel like this is a kind of deal that could have been done with a phone call without tanking everyone's 401ks and freaking people out. Maybe it's just me. And I feel like this whole huge spectacle was made to reach a trade deal that's just an average, everyday, ho-hum type of deal. Like it doesn't meet the hype. Thanks.
This has got me welling up because it's so sad what this administration is doing and how this will affect the nation, poor communities. This is such just an example of a huge problem right now. Elmo posted this to LinkedIn, and I'm going to read it to you. Unfortunately, Elmo was recently laid off because of federal budget cuts. Elmo worked at Sesame Street for 45 years. Elmo was sad. Elmo loved his time at Sesame Street. Elmo's going to miss his friends, Big Bird, Cookie Monster, Ernie, Bert, Abby Grover, Count, and so many more. They made Elmo's day so much better. Elmo's looking for his next opportunity. Elmo is good at so many things, like hugs. Elmo loves giving hugs. Elmo can also recognize the letter E, spell his name, feel empathy, sing Elmo's song, and ask how you are doing. Elmo is open to full-time or freelance roles. If you hear of any opportunities or want a hug, let's connect. And if you want to help Elmo and his friends, please urge your local congressperson to save public media. While Elmo is sad, Elmo is excited for what's next. And one more thing. Elmo loves you. I'm fucking speechless. Speechless.
In the 10 years or so that Trump's been in our face so much, he has managed to make the entire nation angry. Everybody's just so angry. The people in the grocery store, they're pissed. People driving down the road, they're mad. And social media, phew, the anger is palpable. I mean, you can't say anything without somebody jumping you about it. And it's exhausting. And on and on and on. It doesn't matter what you feel, what your beliefs are. It just doesn't matter. The world is full of mean memes and people ready to attack you for who you are, what you think, what you believe, what your opinion is, everything. They're ready to attack. And it started with a man calling people names and calling people stupid and making fun of handicapped people and thinking it's okay. And before long, people were cheering him on doing it, and they joined in it. And they're everywhere now. A bunch of pissed people. That's not healthy, man. That's not healthy, being so mad about everything all the time. It's exhausting. Social media and life in general is just completely exhausting.
Trump himself celebrated the Big 100 by inviting ABC News reporter Terry Moran to the White House for an interview. And Trump kicked things off by asking the same thing every kid does when a guest comes to the house. Want to see my room?
Hello, everybody. How are you? This is the Oval Office. This is an amazing space. I've added a lot to the space in terms of beautification, in terms of modernization.
Modernization? This looks like my great-grandmother decorated the mantelpiece with her great-grandmother's ashes. And I know that beautification is in the eye of the beholdification, but we can all agree that the foam core Gulf of America map is pulling focus, right? Is the Gulf of America having a bridal shower in the banquet room of the Hilton Garden Inn? Because if it's not, get it out of here. But okay, you know what? Show me a few more things in your room, and then I gotta go join the grown-ups.
See, you have Ronald Reagan here, and you have Lincoln, you have Washington, but you look over here, that's Monroe, the Monroe Doctrine.
Why is he up there?
I think the Monroe Doctrine was pretty important, you know, that was his claim to fame.
Trump is always in the I forgot to do the reading mode. Man, that Monroe Doctrine, so important. My favorite part, probably the doctrine. And doctrine, as we all know, is a female doctor. But you know what? We can't expect Trump to know anything about a president whose picture he put up. It's not fair. So let's give him something easier. Donald, tell us what the Declaration of Independence is. And remember, this is the document in which we declared independence.
Of course, you have the Declaration of Independence.
What does it mean to you?
Well, it means exactly what it says. It's a declaration. It's a declaration of unity and love and respect, and it means a lot, and it's something very special to our country.
Look at Terry Moran's face. He looks like a teacher about to call the school psychologist. This is a great drawing. Stay right here. But of course he'd make that face. Trump said that the Declaration of Independence meant unity. Unity is the opposite of independence. How did Trump find the one time that unity and love is the wrong answer? What makes this even more sad is that the Declaration of Independence is basically the colonies filing for divorce. It's the one thing Trump should absolutely recognize. And all of that was supposed to be the softball part of the interview. It wasn't until Moran pulled up his serious chair that the questions got hard.
Now we have this trade war with China that Moody's and other analysts say is going to cost American families thousands of more dollars per year. And there is a lot of concern out there. People are worried, even some people who voted for you saying, I didn't sign up for this. So how do you answer those concerns?
Well, they did sign up for it. I said all these things during my campaign. I said, you're going to have a transition period.
Really? That's what Trump said? Trump actually said that? Could we just check the tape on that?
When I win, I will immediately bring prices down starting on day
1,047. But first, prices will go so high you'll be sucking D for eggs.
Oh, yeah, my bad. I misremembered. But the wildest part of the interview by far was when it turned to Trump's deportation of Kilmar Garcia, who Trump says doesn't need due process because anyone can tell that Garcia is in the gang MS-13 just by looking at his tattoos.
And you'll pick out one man, but even the man that you picked out, he said he wasn't a member of a gang. And then they looked, and on his knuckles, he had MS-13.
There's a dispute.
Well, wait a minute. He had MS-13 on his knuckles tattoo.
Oh, he had some tattoos that are interpreted that way. But let's move on.
Okay. Let me just explain what's going on here. Garcia has tattoos on his hand, and someone labeled a photo of them trying to prove that they're actually a code. The problem is Trump thinks that the labels are part of the tattoo, and he is very, very insistent on it.
Let's move on.
Wait a minute. Hey, Terry.
He did not have the letter MS-13.
It says MS-13.
That was Photoshop.
Do you want me to show you the picture?
I saw the picture.
And you think it was Photoshop?
Here we go.
Don't Photoshop it. Go look at his hand. He had MS-13.
He did have tattoos that can be interpreted that way. I'm not an expert on them. I want to turn to Ukraine, sir. I want to get to Ukraine.
No. He had MS, as clear as you can be, not interpreted.
Now I understand why he's so proud of that Gulf of America poster. He thinks Gulf of America is actually written on top of the water. Makes sense. And what is so crazy is that Terry Moran kept trying to change topics, but Trump wouldn't let him. I have never seen an interview where a reporter catches a politician in a gotcha, and the politician is the one who says, stop trying to move on. I am not done embarrassing myself. But I will hand it to Terry Moran. He held his ground to the point where it actually wore Trump out. And that's when we saw a moment of vulnerability from Trump.
He's got MS-13 on his knuckles.
All right.
Okay?
We'll take a look.
It's you just such a disservice.
We'll take a look at
Why
that,
don't you
sir.
just say, yes, he does, and, go on to something else?
It's contested. Ukraine.
Why don't you just say I'm right? Up is down, left is right, Santa's real. And that is Trump in a nutshell. I can't prove the insane things I believe, so just go along with them. Don't believe your eyes, believe the Photoshop. But I for one, will not believe the Photoshop, okay? I will go into the rest of the term with my eyes wide open, staring and watching. Oh, God, no, no! Oh, my eyes, my beautificated eyes!
Guys, thank you so much for watching this video. In case you might want to check out some few comments, let's check out some comment from the first clip of this video that we just watched. So this is what this first person said. He say, now wait, I am only guessing, but I am pretty sure any official messages from Mental are pending approval from Her Majesty Queen Tracy's the honest and holy. And this is what the second person is saying. Just how sad the US has gone downhill when the president actually thought Mattel is a country, so is now another joke of the sanctuary, and everyone is having fun of US expenses, laughing out loud. Oh my goodness. And this is what another person is saying. The president of the country of Fisher Price have confirmed that they are definitely not in talk with President Trump regarding tariff and do not want to make a deal. Oh my goodness, like this whole tariff is really affecting everyone. And this is another comment. Trump president Barbie, I don't know her. I have never heard of her, but her country is falling and does not hold the cars, but this tattoo is where right there on his hands, plain as day. Yeah. So guys, thank you so much for watching this clip. Let me know what to think about this video in the comment section, and let me know what to think about this whole tariff, because this tariff is really affecting everyone. It's affecting all the small business and including all the big business. Please don't forget to hit on the like button and subscribe to the channel in case you have not subscribed. Stay tuned and see you in my next episode. Bye.